So the second one is startups. Yes, you heard me right. You can invest in a startup as an alternative investment. Now, basically how this works is you don't need a bunch of money. You don't need like $1 million like you normally would on Shark Tank. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 25 of the Dad Talk Show. Today, we'll be covering 4 alternative investments that you can invest in. So, the definition of alternative investment is basically anything that does not include the stock market, cash, or bonds. And the most famous alternative investment is real estate. How much do we love real estate, bro?
It's our favorite asset class, man.
Exactly. And that's exactly why we actually have a whole section dedicated towards real estate on the Rookie Monday section of YouTube. So make sure you check that out if you haven't done so. But let's just get into it. What is the first alternative investment that they could check out?
The first one is actually something I've never even experienced before, which is wine. Like, I don't drink, so I never taste. I'm a real rookie, man. I don't drink alcohol. Everybody know that. But you can make money off alcohol, right? You can make money off of wine. Like wine, the wine index has outperformed the S&P 500 over the past 20 years. Right? Wine has gone up over 270%. Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is wild.
That is wild, bro. And then some wines have gone up over 800%. So you know when you buy a great bottle of wine, whatever that is, because I don't know, but you just say it could go up in value significantly. You could get a return of your money, and the best place to do that is a website called VinoVest. So look into that. You could get your wines from there. Listen, we're not sponsored, but shout out VinoVest.
We should be. And so it doesn't matter if you like red wine or white wine. You can actually do whatever flavor you like, which is super cool about this website.
Definitely, bro. So let's get into the second one, bro, because this is actually my favorite type of alternative investment.
That's a fact. So the second one is startups. Yes, you heard me right. You can invest in a startup as an alternative investment. Now, basically how this works is you don't need a bunch of money. You don't need like $1 million like you normally would on Shark Tank, nothing like that. But basically you use crowdfunding. Now, crowdfunding is expressed or defined as essentially when a bunch of people come together and they put a little bit of money together, they pool it, and that money then gets dedicated towards a project or startup that you're investing in. So you actually pick and choose what you want to invest in. So you're legitimately an investor on the Shark Tank show, but you don't have to spend $1 million, which is super cool. Now, some sites that you can check out for this are Start Engine and WeFunder. So how this works is essentially you go to those sites, you read on the company or project that you're actually liking or you're interested in, and you could pick by the industry, which is super cool. And you can invest with as little as $100. The one thing we do have to mention about this is that it's super risky, right?
Super duper risky, yeah. Because the thing is, you might put your money into this project and it goes nowhere. And there's no way to take the money back out, right? You'll lose your entire investment. So you got to make sure you're doing your research the right way and make sure especially that you're investing money that you're willing to lose, because there's definitely a high probability you could lose it. Just like there's a high probability you can make a return, right?
That's a fact. That's a fact. And the thing is, like, when you invest in a startup, yes, you do get a little bit of equity, but just keep this in mind. Your equity will get diluted with the more people that invest. So if you invest, let's just say $1,000, like, yo, I own 10% of a company all of a sudden, when more people invest and the more money that's getting pulled together, your 10% is getting less and less, but your money will go up, obviously, if the startup is doing well. So that's something we want to make sure that you know. But let's dive into number 3, bro. What we got from?
The third one I would say is commodities. Commodities. So there's 2 types of commodities, right? You have hard commodities and soft commodities, right? So hard commodities are natural resources like gold, for example, or you could say rubber, oil, right? And then soft commodities would be like agricultural products like wheat, corn, sugar, right? So commodities are a great investment, especially in times of geopolitical conflict, like we saw in Russia, Ukraine, for example. Like, commodities went up tremendously in value.
Right.
Yeah, they hit like all-time highs this year. Or even just a hedge against inflation.
Yeah, because we know inflation is at an all-time high. So this is a great time for people who had previously invested in commodities, because they're seeing a good return right now as compared to the stock market.
Nah, for a fact. And I know people love Bitcoin, for example, but gold is still extremely valuable. So,
right, absolutely.
For people who want to invest in gold, you could look into something called GLD, right? You could look up GLD. And then water. Water is a commodity. Yo, there's a water shortage, right? We cannot get clean water. There's some ETFs you could look into called PHO, like PHO. And then for energy, you could look into XLE or USO if you want exposure to that oil side.
Yep. And at the end of the day, just keep this in mind. When you do invest in commodities, don't expect the same return that you would as a growth stock, like, went up 500% in 5 years. You have to be patient with it, but once again, it's a hedge against inflation, and it's a different type of investment.
I want to make a point on that, bro. I'm glad you said that, because the way I would do it, to be honest, is when everybody's raving about growth stocks and everybody's raving about tech, etc., when that's booming and the economy is stabilized again, I would start scooping up some commodities, right? I would start getting some oil under my belt,
right,
and start get it at the lows, because you know there's going to be more geopolitical conflict. You know inflation will spike again at some point in your lifetime. So imagine you had oil at lows, for example.
Yep.
And in times like now when oil is hitting all-time highs, even literally today it hit an all-time high at the time that's recording. Listen, you're going to be tremendously unprofitable while everybody else's portfolio is suffering.
That's a fact. That's a great tip. That's why we bad talk. But anyways, if you're still watching right now, before we dive into the last one, please do us a favor and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the video, and hit that little notification bell, because we drop
2 videos a week
and you don't want to miss them. All right, so let's dive into number 4, the last one, collectibles. So this is very popular. A lot of people talk about a bunch of these things. So let's just dive into it. The first one, let's just get it out the way, NFTs. We all know you guys heard about them, but this is a dope one that you can check out. Then you got stuff like trading cards, watches, handbags, vintage cars. And the reason why this is super cool is because, listen, at some point, you're going to want to get your girl something nice, right? It's always complaints like, yo, you're not getting me something nice. Well, think about it. Let's be smart here, y'all. We can actually get our girls a handbag that goes up in value. So now I'm talking like Louis, it goes up in value. Chanel, it goes up in value. The Birkin bag, it goes up in value.
Fendi,
exactly. That goes up in value. So you can be smart.
And get something for the ladies to get their fellas, right?
I got you. All right, so watches, right? When you think about it, Patek. I know, OP, your watches right now. Shout out to you, because you've been on this for a minute, bro.
Only Patek, OP.
Exactly. I know he goes crazy in the group chat every time, so we had to give him a shout out. And then Rolexes, they go up in value. Omegas, they go up in value.
Now, it's too.
Right. Yeah. And now, at the end of the day, we're not saying all of them go up in value. You have to get the right type, which means it can be more expensive. But at the end of the day, these are nice, expensive gifts that you would get, but just get gifts that go up in value at the end of the day.
And bro, didn't your bro get a watch that went up in value?
Exactly. So a bit, if you're watching, I know we talked about this. I know you got a watch, and then you got your girl a bag, and they both went up in value, which is super cool, because once again, you're investing in a good that you like, but you're also seeing a return from it if you ever want to.
Yeah.
And the last one, which is trading cards. For when it comes down to trading cards, you want to be smart, right? You're going to go to Walmart, Target, and like get these cards, but they have to be the right quality, right? They have to be clean, and they have to be the right people too. So for example, like young superstars in the NBA right now, like Jason Tatum or Luka Doncic, if you're rocking with those, you'll see a return in the next 20 years.
Exactly. Like, you'll probably get a bigger return on Tatum than Luka, because Tatum is better than Luka.
Yeah, now I don't know about all that. Tatum is my favorite player, but Luka's better. That's all I'm gonna say. One's in the finals, one's not. It's whatever.
We're gonna see, y'all. We're gonna come back to this video. We're gonna see who's the biggest superstar, Tatum or Luka.
All right, we'll see about that. For the NFT parts, I do want to mention, check out OpenSeas, because if you're interested in NFTs, that's a great site that you could check out, right?
Yeah, the most popular one.
Exactly. But basically, that covers today's episode and everything we want to talk about when it comes to alternative investment. Just keep this in mind, right? All these investments, they're not the safest ones, but they are a different way to diversify your portfolio. So we want to make sure we cover that. But if you're still watching, thank you. We appreciate you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that little notification bell, because we drop
2 videos a week,
and you don't want to miss them. Make sure you check out our episode on Rookie Monday. But until then, peace.
Peace.